Hey, what's going on, guys? So I wanted to make a video about my last year with Mystery Tackle Box. I've been with Mystery Tackle Box since October of 2016, so I've been with them for a little over a year. I mean, you can see all of these cards here basically equate to the amount of baits, lures, hard baits, etc. that I have acquired over the last year. Kind of educational for those of you guys that are going to be on the, or have been on the fence on joining Mystery Tackle Box. This will give you some insight into what the tackle looks like after being with Mystery Tackle Box for 12 months. So let's check it out. Let's talk about soft plastics. What we have here are a total of 27 different bags of soft plastics that we acquired over 12 months. We have 9 bags of different worm style baits. Now, worm style baits can be anything from this Charlie's worm here to the Cinco style bait from Smart Baits. This Buddha Baits one that's a curly ribbon tail style worm. You get the idea. So there were 9 different bags of worms. And then the next category I separated them into were creature and craw style baits. There were 10 different bags of those. Creatures and craws, just like the name suggests, would be creature baits like beaver tails and brush hogs. This is like a brush hog style bait from Net Bait here. This is more like your traditional craw. This is a pack of slim from Net Bait, another craw. So you guys get the idea. There's a beaver style bait from KVD Perfect Plastics there. So there's 10 there. And then the last one was like shad or minnow style baits. Baits that could be a small swim bait or maybe like a jerk bait or something like that. Here's a Big Bite Baits fluke from them. This has a boot tail on it, but there's a couple in here that this one also has a boot tail on it, so these definitely fall into that minnow shad style. This is a rig walker from Riveter Sea, so this is definitely more like a swim tail. It's already rigged. Charlie's worms, this is more like a split tail fluke, and then another boot tail here from Big Bite Baits. I mean, as you can see, this is a lot of baits, especially if you're just getting into fishing. This is going to give you a good grip on the different types of lures, the different styles of lures that are out there. And for those of you that are even seasoned in fishing, this is going to give you an idea of some of the new baits that are out there, or maybe even some baits that you haven't tried before. So this category for me was a little bit tougher for me to try to identify. Essentially, this is a hard bait category, and they are topwater frogs or hollow body frog style lures like this guy right here, which some would argue is not necessarily a hard bait, but I kind of classify it that way. Lipless crankbaits, rip baits, topwater baits, shallow crankbaits, and deep crankbaits. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different styles. So there were 25 hard baits in the last 12 months that they sent to me. So we'll start with the deep cranks. The deep cranks were the most that they sent that fell into the hard bait category, and that were all of these guys here. And there's some pretty good ones in here. I mean, you've got the I'm a Beast Hunter. I don't know if that's a bevy shad, but that's a Lucky Craft. Live Target, there's another Lucky Craft there. There's a fat-free shad. Well, it's a fat-free square lip at least. Skeet Reese design from Lucky Craft there. So a lot of different deep diving crankbaits there, covering the gamut from you know, the deeper ones to slightly shallower, more mid-depth, but still a deeper diving crankbait. And moving on, we have shallow crankbaits. So anything that's like sub 5 feet would I would categorize like a shallow diving crankbait. And I don't necessarily look up the depth. I just kind of like look at the bill and I can tell you, yeah, that's probably like a 5-footer or so. You got the Arashi square bill, a 2.5 from Lucky Craft, another Ima. This is actually a really good crankbait here. I've caught some fish on that one. That one's a good one. Strike Pro. Again, I've said it before in my videos. I've been pretty impressed by Strike Pro's offerings that they put out there. Strike Pro, again, this is more of like a jointed style crankbait. Here was another, this was what I was telling you guys about in one of the Mystery Tackle Box unboxings, that they actually sent me one towards the beginning of the year in the Arashi, and then one again towards like the middle of the year. And then as far as rip baits, they didn't send that many rip baits. There were 3 rip baits. So we have one, I think this one was a Baker, I believe. And then I want to say this is a Jenko, and then this one was a Strike Pro. The Strike Pro was really nice. I don't really care for that orange color on the bottom of it, but that's a nice rip bait for sure. Then we had 6 different topwater lures, not including this hollow body rat or mouse, if you will, which in fact was the only hollow body frog style lure that they sent all year, was this little mouse guy. I wish they would have sent a little bit more of these, because that's really what I'm into, are hollow body frogs, but they sent one of those. And then the 6 topwater lures were these guys here. So there's 3, 4, 5, maybe there was just 5. We've got another one. I think this one is, I want to say this one was a Strike Pro, but that one's a really nice one. I forget who made this one, but I really like that finish on it. It's got like a kind of a chalky, flat white finish on it. That one was cool. This one is a Castaic bait. It's kind of a, I think it's Castaic, but this is a Gunfish knockoff. You guys know how I feel about the Gunfish. Duplicated but never replicated, or replicated but never duplicated. I don't know how that saying goes, but it's not the same. And then here was one of the new style of Booyah lures, which was kind of cool. It has a lip on it, so when you pop it, it dives. And then here was just your traditional Zell Pop. It was Excalibur, but now it's Booyah. It's the same exact lure, guys. So those are the topwater lures. And then we've got 2 rather large lipless crankbaits. I think this one was a 6th Sense, and then this one was an Ima. The Ima one's really nice. The 6th Sense one is a little bit big for me, but you know, these are, especially this Ima here is a really nice one. I really like that one. A lot of different baits there. There's 25 different hard baits there, so you're definitely gonna kind of getting that eclectic mix again. I think that is all. So in this category of baits, I categorize them as lead style baits or jig style baits. Baits that are typically poured in a lead mold. So there's a mold, and then they pour lead inside of it, and then that's how you get your weighted head on most of these style of lures. Now obviously this is a buzz bait style bait, but it really doesn't have any lead on it. This is the Whopper Plopper, kind of expensive too, but it's not made out of lead, but you guys get the idea. It's like a buzz bait style bait that is typically poured with lead. Here's a chatterbait, another bladed jig style lure. 4 spinner baits here, ranging in different styles and quality. The one that I really liked was this offering from Duo. This thing is super nice. And then just ranging from different qualities and sizes as well. So there's 4 of those. Just different styles of jigs here, from pitching jigs to flipping jigs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And these last 2 actually came in a package together. These were from Z-Man. They actually went with one of the craw baits. That Z-Man, it was the Krusties, the Elastec. I think that those were all supposed to go together. They all came in the same mystery tackle box. A lot of different baits there. If I'm looking on here, I had 13 different lead baits, 4 sprinter baits, 7 jigs, 1 chatterbait, and 1 buzz bait style bait. And last but not least, the last category, terminal tackle. You know, I never opened up any of the terminal tackle just because I typically have the terminal tackle that I like, and so I use what I like, and I have what I like, and I don't really need to use anything else, if you guys know what I'm saying. But this is what they offered up. And the way Mystery Tackle Box does a lot of their boxes is they give you seemingly tackle that is going to associate with the box that you have. There were 15 different packages of miscellaneous tackle. Again, ranging from just like these trial packs, and I don't even know if they're trial packs, but this only has 2 hooks in it. There's katana hooks and they're number 2 hooks, all the way to like these mustads. There were a lot of mustads, as you guys can see. There were 5 pieces at 5/0 in there. Got some drop shot weights there, some leaded nail weights. Some of these came with several in a box, as far as there may have been hooks and weights, some scent, all in one mystery tackle box, where other mystery tackle boxes may not have had any terminal tackle. So I hope I'm being clear about that, but 15 different packages of miscellaneous tackle. Okay guys, so this kind of gives you a general overall look at all the stuff that you get. You guys should really see it in person. I mean, it's quite impressive. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here, especially when you accumulate it. I mean, you don't really realize how much stuff there was actually coming from month to month. So a couple quick things that I want to tell you guys about. Mystery Tackle Box, they tell you about how much everything costs on each and every card. Like the Jenko Fishing Perseus jerkbait costs $8.99. So I added everything up and I averaged it all out, and over the course of 12 months, you are accumulating about $42.55 worth of bait, or at least I did, over that course of 12 months. The boxes cost $25 a month. If I added up everything that I actually got $510.56 worth of stuff. The $25 a month over the course of 12 months is $300. So you're actually getting 70% more. If you look at it in that respect, you're actually getting 70% more product than what you're actually paying per month. Pretty interesting. 27 different bags of soft plastics, 25 different hard baits, 13 different lead baits, and 15 different miscellaneous packages of terminal tackle. Quite a bit of stuff. If you guys are interested in joining Mystery Tackle Box, I'll leave my coupon code for you guys right up here. I'll also leave it down in the description. You guys can check it out there. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I'll leave the description down below, and I'll also leave it right over here. Please stay tuned for the next video. Please go check out Mystery Tackle Box, guys. It helps me out a lot. I really appreciate that. And stay tuned for the next video. If you guys have any questions, I'll try to answer them. Just leave them down below. Thanks a lot.